Welcome, Taurus, to your weekly love reading for July 16th to the 22nd of 2018. So let's look into what's going on with you. Alright, so shuffle a little bit here. Get the overall energy for you for Taurus. The overall energy for Taurus and love. So we do have the Ace of Cups, and this came up for Taurus as well, and this could be a new beginning, a fresh start of healing, of emotional success, all right, with you and another person. It could be a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, but a lot of maybe fun, creativity, things going well, and an opportunity to get to know someone new, or just a fresh start with the Ace of Cups being here. So that is nice to see. All right, so let's see the person or energy coming toward you for Taurus. That person and the Queen of Swords came up for that reading as well, but it was in a different, it was a clarification, and this is maybe an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, and that person is potentially kind of focusing on themselves, relying on themselves to kind of do their own thing, and they may be very communicative. They could be kind of socializing with others, but I feel like emotionally they may not be very openly accessible to you right now, maybe because they had to kind of give off that energy, or maybe because they were forced to, or because they may be having to deal with other things right now. So keep that in mind. Just because you're not able to really be affectionate right now doesn't mean that they want to deal with you at all. Some of you have kind of maybe separated from somebody, and they have this kind of cold kind of demeanor, and they're focusing on something else or someone else in some way, the Queen of Swords being there. Now the response from what is your response to that energy, Taurus? So you're maybe heated, you may be a bit angry and frustrated, because if they're giving off the energy, I feel, even if you are still say in love with someone that you may have separated from, and that's what I get when I see the Queen of Swords and then Justice in reverse, or even someone that you're getting to know, you may lash out, you may kind of say certain things to, you know, going tit for tat, you know, the revenge kind of tactics, those kind of things are going on. So I feel like you got to be careful with that, because, you know, what goes around kind of comes around of how you respond in your relationship, and you don't want that energy to kind of build up, even if you feel like it's necessary, you feel like you want to say what you have to say, you know. Be careful, you know, with that. Some issues with legal matters and court matters as well, with the justice system. With a lawyer, somebody could be dealing with those kind of things. And let's see your advice for Taurus. What is your advice? The Seven of Cups shows where, again, if some of you are dealing with someone that you moved on from and they kind of moved on from you, the Seven of Cups is you being single, keeping your options open, exploring different things to do, or exploring ways to make your relationship better, you know, emotionally, trying to find ways to be creative, or just to address things in a different way, and not to the kind of same ways you explored of how they might respond, and then you respond in a certain way, because it leads to nowhere. That's why it's right next to Justice in reverse. So be, you know, careful, you know, with that. Keep your options open. And for others of you, just kind of sit on things to take your time to figure out what you can do to improve the connection with somebody. Now, the outcome for Taurus for July 16th and 22nd. So you got the Queen of Wands, and this is a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now you have two people showing up here. That could be some of the issue where you're juggling. You might be back and forth with some issues. This particular person might be around you. It could be a romantic partner, it could be a friend, it could be anyone that you may have interest in, but this is being dedicated to kind of getting things done, I feel, in some form of fashion. So clarify the Queen of Swords for the personal energy coming towards you. Clarify the Queen of Swords for the Taurus. Okay. So this could be a water sign as well, and this is a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, and maybe that person affects you in some kind of way. This could be a romantic partner for some, and they might not be emotionally, you know, ready to open up to you right now. They could be very heated. So there could be some kind of interference with a particular person, someone that you may have been dealing with. Maybe they're dealing with somebody else. There's three people showing up here so far, and a water sign that's in reverse, so male or female, doesn't have to be. And I feel like that could be something that's going on there. And let's see, let's clarify justice in reverse for Taurus. Now this is your response. Clarify justice in reverse. Yeah, a lot of you are either you've turned your back on somebody, you said what you needed to say, and now you're waiting for them to come back around. But I feel like whatever you may have said or done, it's like a you could have had a different approach of addressing a certain issue, and that's why I feel like that needs to be assessed. And you may have to now, whatever it is, it could have brought you to a state of kind of being single, or that's how you might feel right now with your romantic partner because of some things that you may have done or that you will do this week, for some of you out there. And I'm gonna do one more card. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups for Taurus. And another person is showing up, so Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. And this is for many of you, this is either someone that you're getting to know slowly but surely, or is the fact that you're trying to be more creative with your financial stability, something that you're working on before you can dive into a romantic love relationship with somebody. Some of you could be literally in love with a water sign. You could be going through some issues with a an earth sign. You could be in love with the earth sign. It could be going through some issues with a water sign. Let's clarify this. Let's clarify the Queen of Wands for Taurus. Clarify the Queen of Wands for Taurus. Since we clarified all the people, all right. And that person, maybe they affected you in some way, and I feel like this is approaching and ending with that particular person, and you're getting over those worries or the confusion or the doubt that you may have had with them. And clarify the Nine of Swords for Taurus. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like that particular person, some of you might be attached to, and if it's not a fire sign, it doesn't have to be, it could be anyone, but I also feel this is either some of you, if it's not a person, this is you saving for the right time to kind of openly express yourself in a love relationship. Others of you are approaching and ending with a certain person, or you have ended things and now, but you're still maybe attached to that particular energy or connection in some way. That's what I get when I see that. So let's see. One card for Taurus. One card for Taurus for July the 16th to the 22nd. New love. It says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings, and it's the Ace of Cups. That's the very first card that came out. So someone either has or will stir your romantic feelings to some degree, and you could be in love with someone but going through just getting to know them, in a deeper way, and try to be open to whoever this might be, allow things to grow, and disconnect from anything that may be interfering with the connection that you have with that particular person, with someone new, so that you can really and especially for some, if you are single, this does indicate that you might run into somebody, so be open to that energy. All right, so that's going to be your reading for the week. Tons of love, lots of light to you, tons of healing vibes. I wish you the best, and you can always go to the website psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for you. Okay, have a good one.